idea better maps of Mars than we do of what's sitting right below Antarctica. Let that sink in for a second. We've sent robots to another planet. We've photographed black holes. We've mapped the ocean floor. But the continent sitting at the very bottom of our own Earth? We still don't fully know what's under it, and what scientists have found so far. It's genuinely stranger than anything anyone expected. Okay, so first, let's just set the scene. Antarctica is roughly the size of the United States and Mexico combined, and almost all of it, about 98% of the continent, is covered in a sheet of ice, not a thin layer of ice. We're talking ice that, in some places, is nearly 5 kilometers thick. That's taller than most mountains in Europe. For most of human history, people just assumed that underneath all that ice was rock, boring, flat, cold rock. And honestly, that was a perfectly reasonable guess. But then, in the 1970s, scientists started flying planes over Antarctica with radar equipment. And radar can see through ice. And what they found started to change everything. First discovery: the land under the ice is not flat at all. There are mountain ranges under there. Actual mountain ranges that we'd never seen before. Some of them rival the Alps in height. There are valleys, canyons, and cliffs hidden under kilometers of ice, like a secret world that's been buried for millions of years. One of the most dramatic features is called the Gamburtsev Mountain Range. It's a full mountain range, peaks up to 3,000 meters high, completely buried under ice. Nobody knew it existed until radar found it. You could drop the entire Swiss Alps under Antarctica, and they'd disappear without a trace. But the mountains were just the beginning. Here's where it gets really wild. In 1974, scientists made a discovery that didn't make sense at first. Their radar picked up something strange beneath about 4 kilometers of ice in East Antarctica. Something smooth, something flat, something that reflected radar like water, because it was water, liquid water. A massive lake sitting underneath nearly 4 kilometers of ice in the coldest place on Earth. They named it Lake Vostok, and it turned out to be one of the largest lakes on the planet, roughly the size of Lake Ontario in North America, except completely cut off from the surface world. How is there liquid water under all that ice? Shouldn't it be frozen solid? 2 reasons. First, pressure. When you stack 4 kilometers of ice on top of something, the sheer weight of it lowers the freezing point of water. It literally can't freeze. Second, heat from the Earth itself. The planet's core is hot, and geothermal heat seeps up through the rock, warming the base of the ice from below. So you end up with this perfect, insane situation. A lake that's been kept liquid for millions of years, sealed off from the atmosphere, from sunlight, from everything. How long has Lake Vostok been isolated? Current estimates say somewhere between 15 and 35 million years. That's older than the first members of the genus that would eventually become human beings. That lake was already ancient before our ancestors even existed. And Lake Vostok is not alone. Scientists have now identified over 400 subglacial lakes across Antarctica. 400? There's an entire hidden network of water beneath the ice. Some of these lakes even connect to each other through rivers and streams that flow under the ice sheet, completely invisible from above. It's basically a secret continent of water, living in permanent darkness, under one of the most inhospitable surfaces on Earth. Okay, here's where this stops being just a geography lesson. In 2012, after decades of drilling, Russian scientists finally broke through the ice into Lake Vostok. They pulled up samples of the water, and what they found shocked the scientific community. There was life in there, microbial life, bacteria and other microorganisms, living in complete darkness, under crushing pressure, with no sunlight, no contact with the surface world, surviving on chemistry alone. Things that shouldn't be able to survive were surviving. And not just surviving, they were thriving in an environment we would consider completely hostile to life. Now here's the twist within the twist, because this is where Antarctica stops being about Earth and starts being about something much, much bigger. There are moons in our solar system. real moons, orbiting right now, that scientists believe have liquid water oceans hidden underneath thick shells of ice. Europa, one of Jupiter's moons, is probably the most famous. It has an icy crust on its surface, and what appears to be a global ocean underneath it. Enceladus, a moon of Saturn, is actually shooting plumes of water vapor into space from cracks in its ice. We've already flown a spacecraft through those plumes and detected organic molecules. And here's the connection. These alien oceans look almost identical to the conditions in Antarctica's subglacial lakes. Same darkness, same pressure, same isolation from the sun, same geothermal heating from below. So when scientists study what's alive in Lake Vostok or the other Antarctic lakes, they're not just learning about Earth. They're building a model for what life might look like on other worlds. Antarctica is essentially a dress rehearsal for finding alien life. And there's one more layer to this that most people never think about. All of that ice sitting on top of Antarctica, it contains a record. Ice traps air bubbles as it forms. Little pockets of ancient atmosphere locked in frozen time. By drilling into the ice and analyzing those bubbles, scientists can literally read the history of Earth's climate going back 800,000 years. They can see what the air was made of before humans existed. They can track how temperatures rose and fell. They can see the fingerprint of every major volcanic eruption, every ice age, every warm period. It's the most detailed climate archive on the planet. Written in ice, sitting at the bottom of the world. And now here's the uncomfortable part. That ice is melting. The West Antarctic ice sheet in particular is losing mass faster than scientists predicted. Parts of the ice that were considered stable are now showing signs of instability. The Thwaites Glacier, sometimes called the Doomsday Glacier, is retreating at a rate that worries glaciologists. If it collapsed, sea levels around the world could rise by several feet, not in thousands of years, potentially in decades. So the hidden world under Antarctica isn't just scientifically fascinating, it's directly tied to the future of every coastal city on Earth. Think about what Antarctica actually is for a moment. On the surface, it looks dead. It's the coldest, driest, windiest place on Earth. Nothing seems to live there. Nothing seems to be happening. It's just white, an enormous, featureless white. But underneath, there are mountains we never knew existed. There are lakes that have been liquid for tens of millions of years. There is life, actual living things that have never seen the sun, never felt warmth, never had contact with the rest of the world, and they're doing just fine. And baked into the ice above all of it is the entire climate history of our planet, waiting to be read like a book. We spend so much time looking up, at stars, at other planets, at the universe beyond us, searching for signs of life and mystery and the unknown. But sometimes, the most alien world we'll ever find is the one we've been standing on the whole time.